right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. So people always ask me, updating the Meek Mill case, and I got something for you. All right, so if you do not know, I would like to address my stance on this entire situation because I've been pretty vocal about how I feel as if though there are real injustices happening in our country, and I just don't know how much sympathy I can have for a 30-plus-year-old rapper who's had multiple chances, and it seems as if though his team doesn't move like he has 2.5 strikes. Let me make this clear. I don't have a lot of sympathy, and I do believe Meek Mill had some wrongs over the last few years, but I also will state this. There is no way that brother, even though he did violate probation, for the things that they're saying he violated probation on, there's no way that brother deserves to be locked up for 2 to 4 years. Period. Like, let me make that clear. I'm with you 100%. I just don't know if I can exhaust all my energy in his case when there are other injustices of people who don't get as many chances as Meek Mill got, and they're not big rappers, so we don't hear about their stories. So if you don't know, there was a rally that took place in Philadelphia as of yesterday, led by some big figures. I heard Dr. J was in the building, some Philly legends. I heard Rick Ross was behind it as well. Obviously, the Double MG connection. And these people were rallying to say free Meek Mill because, look, this judge, she's been pretty harsh on Meek. No one's denying that. And these people, they want justice for Meek Mill. I heard that they ended up rapping the intro. How legendary is your song if you got people rapping your record as they want you free from the prison that you're in right now? That's a legendary moment for Meek, and I know he's very happy as he tries to fight his way through. All right, so for those who don't know who this judge is, her name is Janice Brinkley. She's the judge that reportedly has it in for Meek Mill. Never really loved the fact that he was a rapper, reportedly. That's what some people in the city are saying. And they think she got it in for Meek. They think if she could have it her way, she locked his brother up forever. And she's trying to make an example out of Meek Mill because he's a huge rapper from Philly. He's probably their most influential figure in the city. A lot of their athletes are younger. Star quarterback Wentz is younger. Star players on the NBA circuit, they're younger. So when you think Philly, one of their biggest figures right now is Meek Mill. So Meek Mill is and his team, they're trying to pretty much say Janice Brinkley, she violated a few different ways. As a judge, she did things out of line, and we need to readdress this, and this case needs to be thrown out, or we at least need a new judge on it. It's garnished enough attention, this rally and everything, where they are going to bring in the FBI to kind of research or probe into Miss Janice Brinkley's past. All right, they're just pretty much trying to check and make sure everything lines up. I will say this is a very interesting case. Because Meek Mill and his team, they're claiming that this judge, Janice Brinkley, wants Meek Mill to be represented by her old friend, Charlie Mack. Well, there's a problem with that. Charlie Mack is a felon. Meek Mill can't be around felons, all right? There's another part to it I'll get to in a second, but the big part is Meek Mill can't be around felons. The Meek Mill's team, they're trying to prove any way that we can show, like, yo, she's doing illegal stuff. This is just one of many things she's doing. We can show you that she got it in for our brother Meek Mill, all right? Now, I will pull up this court document. It's not the end all, but it is a start to prove that this judge has she has some flaws in her character. I say that. Look at this, all right? This is on January 31st of 2014. Meek was in court, and the court said, and the rules of probation state he can't be around convicted felons, right? The probation officer said, my understanding is they're not supposed to be. I might not have it. I may. 1 second, Your Honor. All right, so Miss DeSantis was Meek's attorney at the time. She said, Your Honor, he's not supposed to be around anyone who is under supervision and may be around known felons. Your Honor made an exception back in the day with the management to Mr. Mack. That was the only exception that you made. Again, that's not the judge saying anything. The judge was present for this, but it's at least a transcript showing that at some point, the judge acknowledged that she allowed Meek to be around a felon and this Charlie Mack guy that reportedly has ties to Janice Brinkley. She has ties to his business, his management, and she'd rather Meek Mill leave Jay-Z and Roc Nation and be managed by her man Charlie Mack. And again, this is one, they're gonna need a lot. I think they're shooting, it's a long shot to get Meek out of this sentence. He'll probably do around 10, 11 months. I think it's a long shot, but the rallies and everything, it did help. It did help because you got the FBI now probing into the case. If they can prove more stuff like this, that this judge, we can tell that she's a bad person, or she got something against Meek. She allowed him to be around a felon. No judge is supposed to do that. Again, this was just people talking on a court date, and you could tell that the judge was present when Meek's attorney was saying, look, you said he could be around a felon, right? And obviously, Your Honor, she knows about this because she said it. That's just a start. That's a piece of the transcript. The entire transcript is online if you do want to see it. The other part of this is really going to be tough to prove, is the Meek Mill connection, where reportedly the judge told Meek and Nicki Minaj at the time when they were together, look, let's leave the courtroom, let's take a break, let's go behind the chambers and let's have a talk. Now, Meek and his attorney at the time, they're saying that when they went in them chambers, when Meek and Nicki was together, this is when Judge Janice Brinkley started talking to Meek about shouting her out in a record, and you should make a song about me, you should get managed by Charlie Mack, all those things. All right, this is where that happened. The problem with that is there's no way to prove this stuff. It's not on transcript like the thing I showed you. The thing I showed you, that document was inside of the court. That's a transcript from what happened in the court. When you go in the chambers, to the best of my knowledge, there's no way to capture that audio, that video, to prove that Janice was saying some of these crazy off-the-wall things that Meek's team is saying that she said. Now, to be fair, Meek's lawyer is going around, what's his name, Joe Tacopina or something like that. He's going around doing interviews saying he's never seen a judge like that in his entire life or his entire career as an attorney. This dude is a liar, right? I think he's been connected to some cases where the truth came out and he was deemed to be a liar. Now, that's his job, to be a professional liar for his clients. I get it. But I just want you to proceed with caution judging this case, because I'm just here to give you guys the facts. And this attorney for Meek right now, his new attorney, has been caught in lies before. Again, I think it's truly outrageous and egregious that Meek Mill is doing 2 to 4 years for those petty violations. But I would add to this, a probation violation is technically any run-in with the police. That's a violation. Meek's had a couple run-ins with the police, the assault in the airport that got dropped, that charge got dropped, and the dirt bike or whatever they were on, the motorcycles, whatever, in New York. They locked him up on both occasions, or brought him in rather, and on both times those cases were later dismissed. Again, that's a run-in with the police technically, so it is a probation violation. Even then, 2 to 4 years for that does seem egregious, and it does seem like she's making an example out of Meek. Finishing up here, my thing with Meek is, you see this judge is on your behind. Y'all gotta move differently, period. Y'all have to move differently, because the time is just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger, because I believe this judge is protected by the law. Like, she has the right to sentence that time, even though it was against the probation officer and prosecutor, all that. She has the right to do that. It's up to Meek to kind of stay away and stay out of that court system. You can't be failing piss tests and other stuff like that, because this judge, I think she would like to be the person to lock you up and throw away the key forever. All right, updating the Meek Mill case. The FBI is probing into this Janice Brinkley, and we should hear something about this maybe a couple weeks, couple months. I will keep you guys updated. Thank y'all for the time, love, support. Salute. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.